Curry Nation, how you guys doing, man? Today I'm going to bring you guys Cypher Setups that counter the new agent Fade. Now, as you guys know, her abilities are pretty powerful. They seek you out very aggressively, and if you're not on your toes, they can really pretty much disrupt the whole round and take you out of the game because they blind you and deafen you and on and on and on, right? So when I made these setups, what I tried to do was I tried to make sure that you position yourself as far away as you can from the entry point of the site. What this does is it allows you to avoid all that chaos from her utilities. So that Prowler ability which seeks you out, that Molly which essentially tethers you to the ground. So that's what these setups are designed for. And what essentially happens, watch through the cam, you're going to let her use the utilities. And then once they're on the site, now your setup is going to shine. They've used all their cooldowns, and now you can really try to get some picks. And instead of telling you about it, I'm going to show you. So let's check out the setup on split B site. What you're going to do for this B site setup is right away when you come out of spawn, you're going to come here and you're going to put this cam over here, right? So it's going to be on the roof. It's a nice view of the whole site. If you put it closer, then it gives you a better view if people go around, or you can put it as far as possible like this, right? And then what you're going to do is, like I said, you want to position yourself as far away from the entry point here of that site, so which is this. This is the entry point. So you can imagine she's gonna, you know, if she does her Prowler ability from here, that thing is essentially going to automatically seek you out right over here. So you don't want to position yourself really in this area. If she throws her tether Molly and it hits this area, then you're going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to go past this point. You're going to be stuck. So you don't want to be in this area at all. So the safest place to be is actually right here. You want to be right here, and you want to be anticipating the rush. And that's why we have our camera here. So this essentially lets you know what's going on here without being in an area of danger. So with that said, you don't want your wires too close to the point, to the entry of the site either, because then you're not going to be able to take advantage of the kills. So you want them closer to the back. So somewhere over here, I usually put one right there, and then I put one right here at the back. And then what I do is I cage this. So what happens is, as the enemy is coming in, after they use all their util, what I do is I activate this cage. Now I'm over here, and I'm ready to shoot them through these wires, right? There's this wire, and then there's also this wire if they come to the back of the site, like this. And I'm going to be able to shoot them through this cage, and I don't have to worry about any util from Fade. Now, again, if you're doing this, what I would tell you is make sure you tell the guy in heaven to watch this cross over here, this box area, right? If you don't have teammates that really watch it, then what you could do is simply put this over here and put your second cage here, and now you're playing like this and like this, and you're over here far away from Fade utility. And if you see people go here, you're going to do this, and you're going to kill the guy through this wire. And if you see someone go this way, you're going to activate this and kill the guy like this, like that. As you can see, like I couldn't see as much as I wanted from this area. That's because the camera was a little bit too high. If you put it a little bit lower like this, you're going to be clearly able to see this area. So this camera you can kind of play around with however you want. Alright boys, now we're on Ascent A site. I've adjusted the setup, so instead of being in tree, I'm going to be in heaven over here, far away from the site, far away from her recon dart or whatever that thing is called. So what we're going to do is come on this green box. The camera is going to go there. It's going to give you a full view of the site. When you're not close to the entry, when you're far away from the entry, you want to get a whole view of the site so you know what's going on. This way I see tree and I see the whole site, so it works really well. And then what you're going to do is we're going to look at this. I think you know, people are going to come here, they're going to walk this way looking here, so this guy gets caught. If they go up the stairs, they get caught, so that works really well. And then, you know, there's going to be a guy that comes here and he's going to watch this area. You know, he's going to peek this area, and for that we're going to do this like that, right? So this way we get this guy over here, and the cages go here. This is probably the best one, simplest one. If you see a guy going here, just activate this cage, trigger, boom, and then just shoot this guy right here. And then as they start coming on the site, as you see this guy go over here, you can maybe throw another cage here and get this guy. So one thing to keep in mind, a lot of times this area will be smoked by the enemy. If they have an Omen or a Brimstone, they're going to smoke it for you when they smoke Heaven. So you don't even have to spend a cage, which is why I really like this setup. You can actually hold on to 2 cages and you've avoided all of Fade's utility, and they're going to smoke you out here. So now you can just hide in their smoke and get the kill over here and here, and it works out really well. Now we're on A site on Icebox. Now this is probably one of the harder sites to defend as a Cypher, even when there's no Fade, because when enemies rush this, there's a lot of angles to watch out for, a lot of elevations to watch out for. So when it comes against, playing against Fade, what I've essentially decided to do is position in like screens area, because that way you have a good exit if things get too frantic, but you're still going to be able to take advantage of kills from this area. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put a very, very defensive Cypher camera. We're going to put it here, and what we're going to do is very simple. We're going to take this wire over here, and we're going to put this wire over here.
This goes here.
Like this.
That goes there.
So one wire here, one cage, and we're just going to chill over here, because one of the things to understand is that if you're in this area over here, this is going to be very difficult to play in. Fade tethers this area, you're going to be stuck, you're going to be sitting duck. If she recon bolts any of this area, you're going to be in trouble as well. So you want to make sure you don't want to really be in this area that much. Just get out, especially if they're rushing. You're in your cam, you're waiting for them to use their util. When they start rushing, once you start seeing people, just activate this, and you're going to spray through this cage, and you're going to spray through this cage, and now this way you're far away from the chaos. This works pretty well. They have to cross this area if they want to plant, so you're good for 1 kill for sure. If this area gets highly contested, they're probably going to try to cross through this area, and again, if that happens, you're just going to activate the cage, and you're going to kill them through here. Another thing you could do is, if you only want to use 1 cage instead of 2 cages for those wires, just put up a cage here, and as soon as someone gets caught in one of the wires, you're just going to do this, and sometimes what I do, I just camp here and I wait for the guy to get caught in this wire sometimes, and I shoot through the smoke and then just back out. Now we're on Fracture B site, and again, we're going to follow those same principles of staying away from the entry, staying away from the chaos. So what we're going to do in this situation is, first we're going to put a camera spot that is going to give us a lot of information. So right over here, and what this is going to do is it's going to let us see into A main. We're going to be able to see the legs of people. We're going to be able to see the guns poking out on drop down. We're also going to be able to see the rope over there if anyone enters, and this area, so it gives us the whole site, right? Again, we're going to play for people coming on the site, rushing on the site. When Fade uses her abilities, her teammates are going to be very confident to really rush the site, because her abilities clear so much, right? So if her if her dart doesn't see anything, or if her prowler doesn't find anything, then everyone's going to be very tempted to just rush on. The jet will dash in, the neon will start running in. So that's essentially what this setup kind of plays around. What we're going to do, we're going to put 1 trip here like this, and we're going to put 1 trip
this goes here
like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a cage over here. We don't even have to put a cage over here, to be honest, because you can hold on to it, because most of the time a Brimstone or an Omen is going to smoke this off. So we're going to stay here. We're going to stay away from the chaos. If anyone comes from this area, we're going to know. If they enter here, just peek them, kill them, or just spray through a smoke. And once we get smoked off, once people start coming from drop down and A main, we're going to slide into the enemy smoke, or if the enemy doesn't smoke this, we're going to just put a cage down, and we're going to activate it, and we're just going to camp the trips here and here. Typically speaking, the guy coming out of A main might walk into this, and the guy on drop down will usually walk into this one over here, and you're going to be away from the chaos, and you're going to be able to get kills that's going to turn the round and stay away from the Fade abilities. Now we're on A site on Bind. Tough site to play on against Fade sometimes because a lot of Cyphers like to play in this U-Haul area. All this agent has to do is throw a tether here and you're going to be stuck in U-Haul. Or if the Prowler comes through here, if she throws her Prowler through here and you're in U-Haul, you're going to get caught out pretty quickly. You're going to be blinded. You want to make sure you avoid that. So what I've tried to do is, again, stay as far as you can from the entry point. So we're going to position ourselves in heaven. So I usually put my camera right over here.
Yes, this should do.
Again, this gives me that cheeky peek in the showers, and I also see all of that, so it works really well. When it comes to the wires, I'm going to give you guys a couple options. This wire over here for sure, as people are coming from here into the stairs, this one works really well. And sometimes I pair this up with this because this is where they like to plant. What this does do is it leaves showers pretty wide open. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take this wire away and I'll put this wire here. Again, a simple wire because that's all I need, because I have this cam to go with it. So as soon as I see a lot of people here with this cam, I'm just going to activate the cage that I put down here. And then people usually walk through that cage and get caught on the wire, and I just shoot them from heaven. And then the second cage, by the way, is going to be here.
This goes here.
That's going to be the second cage. So you have your camera, everything, and this is what you're going to set up. What you're going to do, you're going to stay here, and you're going to watch this. Again, this is great because now you're far away from the Prowler ability. The tether ability, again, you don't have to worry about, if she's for some reason tethers heaven here, you don't have to worry about it. So again, you're far away from the chaos. Now you can just sit back in your cam and you can kind of call shots, you can call out positions, and as soon as you start seeing people come through here, what you're going to do, you're going to activate this cage and you're going to shoot through the cage at the wire when someone gets caught. So in that area, right there. So that's one guy. Now if you had that wire over there to plant, you can also get one more guy like this, right? So that's 2 potential kills. If you put your wire here, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times what might happen is you might not even need to activate these cages if they smoke heaven, right? If they smoke heaven, then you're just sliding in and you're shooting through the smoke. And same thing goes here. Now, what's going to happen is eventually it might be a retake. What you're going to do in that situation is activate this cage and you're going to exit the enemy smoke. Right, the enemy's gonna smoke heaven, you're gonna exit that smoke and you're gonna drop down, and now you can start your retake from here, and hopefully you still have your camera. Alright boys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys learned something new. Hope these setups help you rank up and get to Immortal. I'm always streaming live on Twitch after I release a video on YouTube, so go check it out. Go follow Twitch SpicyCurry0. Make sure if you haven't subbed to this channel, make sure you hit that sub button, hit that like button. But anyways, man, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, man, stay spicy.